Come on in. Come on in. Kevin said you back from the store. Yeah, I saw you went to the store. I got the email. All right. So hope you guys can see that. Can you guys see that on the board? 80. We'll let some more of them come in. I still got my phone. I got your questions that were on here. So I was on AD's question about how do you bid, buy or load on these bids, right? And I'll probably do a video about this, but you guys will get it live since you were able to come back, right? All right, so first thing you want to do, AD, is you want to find out the distance from point A to point B, right? Point A is going to be wherever you're getting the product from. We're talking about limestone, but if it's sand pit, if it's dirt, it's a dirt pit, or just whatever, you want to find out, okay, where am I picking up from? And then where am I taking to, right? Distance from point A to point B. All right. You want to figure out what the mileage is on that, right? All right. Now, here's some things that, if it's just clear highway, no red lights, then you can go off the mileage alone. But if it could be 20 miles, but if it's a bunch of red lights, then it's going to take you longer than 20, 25 minutes to do that, right? So you want to run that route yourself, or if you know the route, factor in the traffic at peak times of the day, which is what, morning, evening, how many red lights it is, because the stopping and the start, all that affects your time. All right, but let's just assume for the sake of this illustration that point A to point B is 20 miles, okay? Point A to point B is 20 miles. We pretty much know it's 20 miles and there's no red lights. You can make a round indefinitely within an hour, but we're going to round it off to an hour, okay? All right, so let's say, AD, in your area, the next thing you need to figure out what is the going hourly rate for your area? What is the going hourly rate for your area? All right. So let's just assume AD, for the sake of where you're at, your going hourly rate. I'm assuming you got a triaxle. So let's go say 125 is your going hourly rate. All right. Now, we just said that in doing this bid, you ran it, you see where you're picking up, you see where you're dumping, should be in and out, no hindrances, no red lights, dumping straight out. And so that's a question I always ask as well of these contractors. Am I going to be able to get right in? Am I going to be able to dump right out? All of that affects your time. All right, so let's say for the sake of everything that you can go in and out, within you can go in and dump, go back, and you back at the quarry 50 minutes to an hour, right? So if your hourly rate for your area is 125, that's your starting point. You got to make at least 125, right? Because that's the going rate for the area. You don't want to go under that, okay? Now, the difference is where you add money to this price is because you burning fuel. Everybody knows if you're hauling by the load, you got a little bit more get up and go. You're going to be on the foot pedal a little bit more because you're hustling. It ain't your normal just, I'm by the hour, I ain't worrying about it trotting around, right? You trying to make them low because this is by the load. All right, so I got to get it start at my hourly rate. Take me an hour to do this job. So to make a round. So I know I got to start at 125. All right, but what I may want to do is, because I'm burning fuel, toting this 20 tons each load, I might say, okay, I need to add something to this because to compensate for my fuel. All right. So what I would probably do in a situation like that, if I can get a load in an hour, and in a day's time, I'm just going to assume 8 hours, I should be getting 8 loads a day. All right. The 125 from the 8 alone is going to clear me what? 125 and 8 is what? 125 is 4. is what? 500. So 125 and 8 gonna clear me 1,000 right there. I'm knowing that right there. Now what I'm shooting for is the fuel. I'm shooting for the fuel now. So what I would probably add to a bid like that I can do that, I'm gonna add $50 a load. So I want to make $175 a load, right? 125 is my rate I'm getting, and then I'm gonna add me an extra 50 for this fuel because I'm burning a little bit more fuel because I'm hustling. All right. So how do you translate that into by the ton? Very easy. $8 is $160 a load. $8.50 is $170 a load. So I would make that rate. If I'm gonna bid the rate, I'll tell them just for the hauling now, not for the material, just for the hauling, $8.75 a ton times 20 tons. I believe that ought to give you $175 a load. Am I right? I ain't got my calculator here. Let me see. Trying to find my calculator. 875 based it on 20 tons. Yeah, 175, right? So just for the freight, 175 times 8 is $1,400. $1,400 a day. And I would bid it at 875. That's just the freight. Obviously, if you got to buy the rock, if it's one of them situations where you got to buy the rock, then you got to go to the quarry and ask them how much is that particular rock going to be, right? All right, now let me show you how to make money on both ends. Let's just say they say, okay, we want you to purchase the rock and all that. I know some guy might be like, well, man, how you going to pay for all that? Easy. Can I give y'all some more game on how that go? If they tell you, well, we want you to buy the rock and all that, all you do, open up an account at the yard. Set it up on a 45-day net. If they'll let you, 30 at the most. Okay? But here's the key. If you don't have that kind of capital to pay it off with 30 days, then you got to make sure with that contractor that you're going to need to be getting paid every 2 weeks. I know in some of these y'all states, they don't pay but every 30 days. We don't do that here in Louisiana. Most of our contractors pay every week, every 2 weeks at the most, right? So you can hook the deal up to do the limestone too, but make sure that that contract going to be paying you. And so you get that money and then you can go pay the limestone yard their money, right? Let me show you how to make money on that end. Let's just say the 16 or the 57 costing you $30 a ton. I'm adding $1 to that price. They wanted to be convenient for me to pay for the limestone too. Guess what? That costs my time and convenience for them. So I'm gonna add me $1 on top of the limestone. So now what you got, $31 is the cost of the limestone, $8.75 for the cost of the freight. What is that? That's $39.75. For good measure, I probably go ahead and round it off to $40 a ton, limestone and deliver. Now you make it $8.75 for the freight, $1.25 off the limestone. So now you're doing $10 a ton on the whole deal. All right. So $10 at 20 tons is $200 a load, right? How many we say we getting a day? 8 loads. If it's the situation the way you can get 8 loads a day, that's $1,600 profit all day long. All right. Guess what? You got to get some trucks to work on the job with you. Guess what? You can make a little money off the trucks, and you might say, okay, well, I know I'm getting $8.75, and I got $1.25 in that. You know you want to stay here because this is what your original rate was. So you might say, okay, well, I'm gonna pay truckers to haul this with me for $8 or $8.25, right? And you might make 50 cents. Let's just say you go with $8.25, you make 50 cents off of the trucking of the other trucks. 50 cents. This is high level stuff here. 50 cents off another truck you hired to work with you. 50 cents a ton times 20 ton means you make $10 a load off of them. They make 8 loads. That's $80 a load a day off the other trucks that you make because they're working on your job with you to get that job done. That's $80 per truck. If you got 10 trucks working with you, I ain't got to tell you, that's $800 a day. 5 days a week, that's $4,000 a month. Extra money that can be made. All right. So I hope I didn't go too fast. Any questions on that? I think I'm gonna probably just go ahead and do a video for you guys to give you a little bit more clarity on that, and we can go from there. All right, what we got? All right, did you guys get that? We good? All right. And guys, this is how money is made next level in dump truck business, but that's how you do the bidding, AD, when you get your DBE or just any job. You ain't got to have a DBE to bid it like that, right? You bid that, just on any job. And then that's how you start doing it on next level with what I explained to you. Now I'm gonna go back to YouTube because I know we had some questions before. I don't know if everybody's back from before. Daryl Holland, I don't see him yet. What's up, Walt Parks was on. What's up, Vaughn Francis? Good evening. Are you planning on selling the trucks and upgrading 24? So I need one of those squats you have. I can make a try work too. Vaughn, not right now. I'm probably holding on. I'm sure I'm holding on to what I got the rest of this year for sure. What's up, Han Solo? How do I get a DOT and MC number? Yeah, Hans, you could go on the MSHA website. You can have a DOT number within minutes. Brian Road Truck, what's up, CEO? Is this the year? Brian says, is this the year for them boys? I hope so, Brian. Lord knows I hope so. I hope so. There it is right there. I hope this is the year for them boys, man. Latricia, what's up, Latricia? Can you do a live explain how to read the DOT website in detail? The DOT website in detail. Give me a little more, Latricia. Scat Pack Nick. Derek Strong, do they have small enough contract with one truck? I'm building a super solo out of Seattle. I don't know, Derek, if they do contracts specific with one truck. I mean, it's really more about the nature and the scope of the job, right? It's all about how big the job is. That's what that's gonna boil down to. Yeah, Kevin, that's good. Yeah, Kevin told him about Dominique. Donald got my DB last month. Hold the point. Trump certified me as a special in asphalt. Thanks to you, my brother. Appreciate that, Michael Donald. You got specialized in asphalt. Wheel 45 Trucks app kept me running enough the first 2 months to pay the bill. Wow. Wheel 45 says the Trucks app kept him running enough the first 2 months to pay his bills. Tricia says I have $70K in cash spent on truck, 30 for cushion, but I'm not seeing much out there to buy. You think I should lift my spend to 80? It wouldn't hurt, Latricia. It wouldn't hurt it to maybe see if you can find something in that area. What's up, Marcus Ruffin? Welcome to the family. Vaughn Francis. All right, I'm just going down my old comments and then I'm gonna come back to you guys right there. Out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, I'm gonna do this on a video, y'all. So y'all, well, it's on this live, right? But maybe I'll do a more formal one. Okay, that's where I froze up at. All right. All right. So I think I caught up on there. All right, where we at now? What's up, King? Coming, appreciate you, man. Kevin said that's all 50%, 50 cents. Yeah, man, it adds up. That was the best that plays. Appreciate you. Glory to God. Delvin Jackson, what's up? What do you have for the winter months? Kevin, I'm sorry, Delvon, it depends on where you're at, man. As far as the winter months go, what section of the country you're in? Here in South Louisiana, we don't snow like talking about. Our only concern is we don't mind cold winters. It's just all about we don't necessarily like wet winters, right? Wet winters can affect us, slow us down a little bit. But last year we ran all the way up into Christmas. Um, Took them, kind of nitpick around them 2 holidays, 2 or 3 days a week. And then January is always pretty much where we have to get through. Once we get through January and get into February here, we're good. But obviously in the winter, in the states that have these snowy winters, you definitely want to look into snow plowing. You want to look into salt hauling. Definitely up in New Jersey and Philadelphia, I know guys that are not missing a beat. Obviously, not much asphalt goes on in those times of the year, but definitely guys are snow plowing and salt hauling to make it through. And so that's something you want to look at in those states that get a lot of snow. Um, they pretty much want the rate. AD is what they're looking for. They gonna add it up. They already know. Just say for instance, they know if they know they want 10,000 tons, and you do that just like what I did, and they want the limestone included, you basically gonna say 40,000 a ton, right? So they already know, okay, if it's $40 a ton, we want 10,000 tons. They pretty much know what that's gonna be. I mean, you can total it up if you want on that form. It wouldn't hurt nothing. It certainly wouldn't hurt anything. So I think if we were doing $40 a ton times 10,000 tons, that's $400,000, right? So that wouldn't hurt anything. What's up, Owen Trammell? Dwayne says, "Can you bid with one truck?" Yes, you can. Okay, Delvin, you're in Georgia. Oh yeah, man. Look, Delvin, you just need to try to see, can you get on with C.W. Matthews or either E.R. Snell, Doc. C.W. Matthews or E.R. Snell in Georgia. They got they the bomb. Dwayne says yes. Dwayne, email me. I do have a contact. I do have a finance guy. Would love to help you guys. It's the guy I use. And I'm getting ready to put together a live with him to really educate us on the ins and outs on this thing. I've been talking about it. Me and him talked about it again. We're gonna go ahead and get him on and do a live together. Okay, Latricia. So Latricia, you're talking about. Let me go back up to your question because I took it to be you were talking about the MSHA website. So you're talking about the state DOT website. Okay, I got you. And so what I'll probably do, I hadn't done a video on that in a while. Those were some of my earlier videos when I was in different states. I did one on in Georgia, South Carolina, Texas, that kind of thing. So what I'll do is a video just kind of helping the show to navigate the DOT, your state, any state's DOT website. That's what you're talking about. I got you. Matter of fact, let me write that down. I'm gonna do a bidding video, and I'm gonna do a navigating the DOT website video. Okay, Kevin, you say you're not familiar with the buying of the stone. All it is that they do just like everybody else. They check credit. So if your credit is good, you can go to the limestone yard and just set up an account with a 30-day net. That's all. Or 45. I would do 45, but if they don't only want to give you 30, that's cool. So when you're doing the bidding, or if you run across a contractor that says we want the price of the stone and to deliver it, and we want you to just handle it all. In other words, they want you the purchase of the stone to come through you. Then you go to the limestone company. You try to set up a 45-day net. If they don't do 45, go for the 30. But the key is this, that you make sure that contractor is going to pay you. I would go for a 15-day net, right? And that way you got the money in plenty of time for you to take the limestone money and go and pay the net that you created in your name at the limestone yard, right? And so all it is that the money is passing, that part is passing through you to the limestone yard. You're keeping the profit of to deliver. And remember, I added $1 to that limestone price. So in other words, if they want me to purchase the limestone and for it to go through me, I'm adding $1 to the cost, doc, on in my bid. That's what I'm saying. I'm adding $1 because I call it I call it a convenience fee. If the limestone got to come through me, it's a convenience fee, right? And so that's $1. The dollar is the convenience fee. Right. So that's where we're at on that. All right. We're good, Kevin. You got that? All right. Who else we got? Oh, y'all rolling now. Let me see. All right. AD says right on. I just bid my first job. I wish I had this format. Okay, cool. All right. It's a learning process, AD. That's okay. How did you bid at AD? Okay. Or is it a certain format you must submit in AD, something like that? I think I'm in the ballpark. I just hope I didn't underbid. Michael Devon, you're in Ohio. More than Salt has a salt mine on the Lake Erie that will keep you busy hauling salt all winter. Dwayne, I have my DB and MBE certification, getting sent lots of bids to my email, but I haven't been on anything yet. I need some confirmation and coaching on putting together bids. Can you help? Yeah, Dwayne, I can help you with that. That's right. Let me give you guys my email. Got about that. Yeah, guys, I can tell you the bids are not hard to do. They're not hard to do. Um, I think So what we may do is do a live or a video. We may have to just do a live or a video. I'll do a video on it. Strictly dealing with that bid part. All right, there go my email, guys. You guys can send me, and I'll send you some examples. I got an example at home, or should I say on this computer? Gotcha. Dwayne, Kevin, you in that part. AD, Dwayne will stay on there. Kevin Lamar, Produce works like that too. Consistently transportation. How can I get a DBM visa? Consistently transportation. Go on your state's DOT website and type in DBE application, and you should be able to pull it up. Oh, okay, you're in Baton Rouge. Yeah, just go on DOT website. It's there. Just type that in, and you'll be able to get it. Yeah, do that, AD. That's fine. I don't mind at all, man, helping you with that for sure. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we had some fun with that, right? I sure hate that thing went down like it did, but I'm glad you guys came back on and were able to get that information. Mhm. How long do you have to be in the business to apply for the DBE? Glory to God. As soon as you get in, man. As soon as you get in, you can apply for that. As soon as you get in, you can apply for that. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, AD, I was, man. It's starting to slow down now. It was hectic, between this move up here, had some things going on at church. I was trying to move my baby in at college. It just was a lot. It was a lot. So things are starting to slow down now. I literally had to put this, just say, okay, we're doing a live tonight. you know, are there prerequisites for the DBE? It's an application, Devon. Once you look on the website and see there are some requirements, but you meet them. It's nothing strange or crazy. You gotta produce. The main thing with that is they just want to make sure you are who you are. That's the main thing. And so it's like asking you the same thing in 10 different ways. Out of sight, out of mind. I mean, we have used diesel and we've used hydraulic fluid. Some of these companies say they got some of this stuff that let make that concrete slide out. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you can try some stuff, but diesel and hydraulic fluid is what we found that helped us. I hadn't hauled wet batch in a minute, but that's what we used to use. Um, AD, I don't know if the code so much comes into play with the bid because generically, you just need to be at a haul, right? You're not going to have that problem out of when you're in the general freight hauling. That pretty much is going to cover most things. I just run into that snag with the asphalt, like I say, that I just had no idea about, right? And so it was something totally new. I don't think you're going to have that problem. Go ahead and get that, of course. But I don't know if there's any other certification related to dump trucking that you're going to run into that'll give you that kind of problem like I had. What's up, Vaughn Francis? Appreciate you, Vaughn Francis, man. That's what it's all about, man. Trying to help the brothers, help the sisters, help anybody, that really wants to get into this game and to do it at a high level, man. There you go, Sean Kettleton. Yeah, they have concrete release for that. Yeah, you can get that same stuff they use for guys that pour wet concrete, for slabs and different things like that. You probably could Google that, man, and find out that stuff. What's up, MC Outdoors? Is the new shop ready? Yes, man, I am here. I am in here. This is where we at. I'll show y'all the outside. But yeah, we in here, man. Do you in dump truck business only, or if you have general freight transit, I can still apply. You can still apply. Glory to God. You can still apply for that because the things that the um, state government and federal government offer that they need general freight hauling for, whether it be a van or box trailer. They need DBEs for that too. So yeah, you can apply for that. Appreciate you, MC. Yeah, that won't hurt. Dwayne, I have never heard of that. So there's a union. There's a union of dump trucks, a dump truck union. Somewhere, what state is that? Is that Indiana you were talking about earlier? I've never heard of that. Companies that have unionized. I mean, and you got to have two trucks to join. I've never heard of that. What state is that in? What's up, Anthony Street? Anthony, good question. What state is that in, Dwayne? I'm gonna answer Anthony's question. So Anthony's question, listen, guys, a good question. What Anthony's asking, he says, "How do you get the work when the brokers have all the local companies uh, work slash contracts and need no more units?" I've heard of that problem before. Um, them locking it up and all that kind of stuff. So first way is the first thing you should do is get your DBE. If you're eligible for that, DBE, minority, that kind of thing, that's going to be the first thing. Get that certification, DBE, MWE, whatever. And so what that does is that these federal contracts have a so much that has to go to that particular business, DBEs or MWEs, right? And so that's one way to work around that. Number two, there's always up and coming companies that are doing work that are getting work, right? And so what you would want to do is to try to talk with them, build relationships with some of these new and upcoming companies if it seems like the other companies are locked up by these brokers. All right. Here's what I know to be true, Anthony, about life and by business. Opportunities are going to always come. The key is to be ready when they come. Oh, I gave y'all some game right there. The opportunities are going to always come. Nothing lasts forever. And what I've seen, even with these brokers, they can't get it all. That's number one. Number two, there's opportunities, going to be opportunities for other people to take advantage of situations that come your way. But you got to be ready to move when that happens. I see opportunities slip through so many guys' hands because of that. And I'm telling you, we down here in Louisiana, there have been some people who tried to broker, tried to control it all. One guy came through and actually made the statement arrogantly that he wanted to have it to anybody wanted a dump truck in Baton Rouge had to come through him. Can't get it all. And I can say to you that guy's no longer in business, but during the time when he was trying to do that, even a guy with one truck like myself was getting opportunities to work with people, work with companies and stuff. So the opportunities were there. And then when you get those opportunities, Anthony, you got to build relationships. You got to get to know people. You got to get out of the truck and talk to that foreman. Get out of that truck, go meet that project manager, that superintendent. Hey, my name is so-and-so. You got to sell yourself. It's all about relationships. In any business, it's all about relationships, man. And relationships will overrule a lot of foolishness that goes on, right? And so these brokers try to control it all, but they can't control it all. Something's going to slip. Something's going to go through the cracks, and that's when you have to be ready to take advantage and to show what you can do when those opportunities happen. What's up, Darrell Holland? Appreciate you, man. Channel member. Glad you were able to get back on the call. Yeah, I see my email, man. Talk to me, Anthony. I hope that helps. I've gotten that question several times about the brokers. It's all about learning how to find the work. That's why I wrote. I don't have one in here. That's why I wrote my book, 20 Ways to Find the Work, because I know how they try to do that. All right, but if you can master learning how to find your own work, or as we like to say, dig your own well, it don't matter about the brokers because it's all about who has the information, who is getting the information and knowing what's coming up And yeah, you actually caught alive, Crit. Knowing what information that's why I advocate studying the DOT website, studying your county website, studying your city's website, right? Because if you know the work is coming down the pipe, then you have the opportunity to sell yourself, to have conversations, to meet people, to go to lunch and talk about this job they got coming up. And if they got confidence that you can get the job done, here's where we fail at sometimes. And this is game. This is $1 million worth of game right here. When you go talk to these people, you got to talk to them with the understanding that you come to supply their needs. You can't go in there talking like one truck. You got to go in there talking like 10 trucks. Talk Jones, right? You can't go in there talking like one truck. You got to talk like you got 10 trucks. What am I saying? Am I saying lie? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you go in there talking like you can supply the need. And guess what? You can, because it takes two things to get a dump trucker to work for you. Number one, how much you paying. Number two, when they gonna get paid. That's all they need to know. So if the money is right and you paying on time, other guys will come and help you to get a job done. You don't have to own 10 trucks to be able to get big jobs. You just need to be able to supply 10 trucks. I hope I'm helping somebody here. Right? All right. Y'all see I'm in a preaching tone. I'm a preacher. I can't help myself. All right. So we have to learn how to go in talking that talk, right? You know, you're not being arrogant, you're not being egotistical, but you are going in and say, hey, yeah, my name is such and such. This is my company. We specialize in all things dump trucking. Here's what we can do for you. We can supply trucks on these jobs to take care of any and all needs that you have. I can tell you what the first question the guy is going to ask. How many trucks you got? That's what he's going to ask. You're going to truthfully say, well, so-and-so, I got one truck, but I got 9 guys that work with me every day. Or I got access to 10 more trucks, though, that we work every day. And you're going to see the reaction going to be, oh, okay. Because again, here goes the nugget. Here goes the nugget. They would rather make one call and get 10 trucks than make 10 calls to get 10 trucks. $1 million worth of gain. They rather make one call and get 10 trucks than 10 calls to get 10 trucks. So you going in selling yourself that you can supply their needs. Now, you make sure you've done your homework and know that you can supply their needs. That's how you're ready to make money and take that thing to another level and think. You got to be able to think, even though you got one truck, you got to be able to think beyond you just got one truck. All right. That's the key. All right. We bag up. Okay, Dwayne, you're in Indianapolis. Okay. Foreign boy, what's up, man? Constantly preach. Constantly try to preach. Dwayne, I'm talking about big company with 20 or more trucks. You can broker with them, but they don't want to give you the rate, want to lowball you. Yeah. Because here's what they do, Dwayne. They're going to tell you it's 90, which really it's 100. So they're going to tell you it's 90 when really it's 100. That's what they do. They're going to make money off the top. And there's nothing wrong with that in a subcon. I make money off trucks, but what I pride myself on, that the trucks are getting what the rate is. I'm not going to lowball guys. The problem I got with guys when if the going rate is this for our area, and then a guy is making money off trucks, and then you're not even getting the going rate. That's why I got a problem at. So I try to pride myself actually paying more than the going rate. And that way I know I always be able to get trucks. And I get trucks because of that. Right? I don't have a problem getting trucks. Right? The going rate here, don't y'all stream at me, but it is what it is. It's 85. Well, I pay trucks 90 on my job. I pay them $90 out. I don't have a problem getting trucks. All right. Out of sight, out of mind. I pay trucks every week, but getting paid 40, 50 days killing me is factoring good. I don't know how factoring works in dump trucking out of sight, but I will say this: a line of credit can help you. You can get a line of credit to solve that problem. Um, did you negotiate out of sight to get paid 40, 50 days, or that just their terms, or what? I mean, how did it end up being 40, 50 days would be my question. And then number two, I would go have a conversation, with them. Perfect example, the company, this other company that I'm with, I'm doing a lot of work with now. Not my main company, but another company. Doing a lot of work with them right now. When I first got with them, they tried to shoot me a line about 30 days. I shot that down right about. Oh no, we can't do that. But I said, you're not gonna get no trucks for that. I say, I told them every week because that's what I always shoot for. And then they compromised at 2 weeks. I can live with that. Because the bottom line is, if I get a week in the hole, after I get the first week, I'm gonna get checked. It's gonna start being a check every week anyway, right? So I would, out of sight. I mean, it's worth asking. Closed mouth don't get fed, right? So I would go in and see could I renegotiate and get this thing down. Hey, y'all meet me halfway, man. I mean, see can we you get you? I'll go to 15 and see what they do. Maybe if you go to 15, you might can get them to 21. Right? 21 is 3 weeks. But I would try to renegotiate that because that's going to eat up your capital, and you got to wait on your money on your back end. Do I do it? Yes, I do that. But again, we getting paid every 2 weeks, so I pay the guys the next week, and then I'll get paid the following week for what I paid the guys for the week before. So my money's only stretched out a week because of that. But they're stretching you out. Looks like for like you say, 40 to 50 days, that has your capital stretched out. You can't operate like that. You got to either get a line of credit or you got to renegotiate that pay time. All right. Foreign boy, I'm on the road, truck side, my company up 2 drivers now since we last spoke. Cool, cool. Crit, yeah, Crit, you got a live, Michael Donna, Anthony, get country CEO book on how to find the work. Appreciate that, Michael. Sean, waiting 40 to 50 days sucks. I went through that this spring, pretty much made me broke. Yeah, Sean, you can't do it, man. It's too much. It's too long to wait on your money, man. That's ridiculous. They know. I'm gonna tell y'all. They know down here in South Louisiana, we ain't waiting no month for no work, no money. They already know. Like I say, they start. You at time, I can tell you unequivocally, 10 years or so, everybody paid every week. They just started this every 2 week stuff with some of these companies. Maybe in the last few years, it used to be no question asked every week pay, right? But in the last few years, a couple of companies has went to 2 weeks. And I think we got one company tries to go 3 weeks. That's it. They wouldn't get no trucks here, man. If that was the case, I can tell you these guys around here ain't gonna go for it. But I understand that's our culture here. We've been doing that, right? Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Yeah, tell him to get the whole bundle, Mike. Anthony needs to get the whole bundle. He can get all the books and the resources. Yeah, that's a good idea, Kevin. That's a good idea. Appreciate you, Glory. Sean, I'm telling you, it's killing my cash flow, but it's my only direct customer, and I'm gonna giving them 8 to 10 trucks. I see what you're saying out of sight. Yeah. So maybe look at the line of credit. Look at the line of credit, and maybe you might be able to tap into getting a line of credit, taking care of your business, you get your money, and then you pay it back. You might be able to look at something like that. That's what I'm talking about. At least give me the going rate, and I'll be good with that. Right, right. Yeah, that's the problem, Dwayne, and that's why they won't tell you because they're they're doing that. They're getting the real rate, and then they're cutting you, so the money is being cut twice. The company is paying this, and then that company is paying that, so it's being cut twice. You can stay in one cut, but you can't be cut twice. Cutting too deep. So you're gonna have to navigate, Dwayne, to start seeing, okay, how do you get around to this thing of being able to at least begin to say and make it your goal. Okay, let me get one customer. Let me get my first customer that I supply, that I work for. Think outside the box, think outside the norm of what everybody else is doing, and see who you can come up with. Let that be your goal. Get your first customer that you can call your own. Out of sight, you say you negotiate every 2 weeks, so it's every 2 weeks now. Is what it is what you're saying? Crit, do not factor if you can. Make it absolute last option. That's a good answer. Cleveland, what's up? I've heard semi owned operators thinking of making the move to dump trucks if things don't get better on the freight. Do you foresee dump truck being oversaturated, which can impact rates? Cleveland, I think that the answer to that, in large part, I'm gonna give you two answers to that. Number one, what's your area? Number two, I think the mentality has to be what separates you from everybody else. Because it's a bunch of things you can go in, and it's a lot of people doing it, right? It's a lot. Just let me give you an example. Since things have just exploded around here, guys are getting trucks. People are coming into the business. But you still know what separates the men from the boys, Cleveland? Number one, research. Knowing who got to work. I can speak for here in South Louisiana. Most of these jokers ain't doing that. 90% of these dump truckers are not going on the website to look for the work, not going on the state website to look for the work, not going on the county website to look for the work. They ain't going on the city website to look for the work. I would venture to say, Mr. Cleveland, 60 to 70% of them waiting on somebody else to call them to work. They're not aggressive. They're not proactive. They're reactive. So yeah, if you fall into that group of them, like those guys and girls ain't hustling either for some reason they can't hustle, don't want to hustle, ain't about hustling, then yeah, you gonna run with the pack that fits that. But if you a dog and you hungry and you always looking for that edge, dude. I've been here 23 years. I'm still looking for that edge. I'm gonna still do what it takes to stay ahead. I'm gonna still make sure that I'm one step ahead because I'm hungry. And so, what I'm saying to you is, don't be afraid of oversaturation. The question is more so, what kind of dog you got in you? Because I just, this is my mentality about anything. Whatever I get in, I'm gonna separate myself from the pack. And what I told y'all earlier, opportunity's gonna come. You gotta be ready to jump and move when the opportunity comes. So don't trip too much on the oversaturation. And like I said, depending on where you're at, what state are you in, what area you're in. Tell me that. What's up, Nicole? What are the basic requirements for dump truck insurance coverage? Seems like they're adding extra. I know you normally have to have the 1 million in coverage. Auto liability is killing us. Yeah, you're right, Nicole. It is killing us. It just depends on what company you work for, right? I got 1 million because that's what makes me feel comfortable having these trucks that I got, right? But the company I work for, my main customer, really don't require but 500,000, right? So find out from the companies in your area what seems to be the norm around your area. That would be the first thing. All right. The workman's comp seems to be pretty much, especially if you got employees, you need to get workman's comp, right? So pretty much, let's use me for example. I got $1 million liability. I got $1 million general liability. I got workman's comp. That's what I got, right? So that seems to be, but you kind of your basic thing. My lawyer told me 15 years ago, hey, $1 million pretty much protect you from anything that could happen. So I just kind of stuck with that down through the years. Sean says that happened in the spring in Wisconsin when we were hungry. I'm lost, Sean. What happened? What happened in the spring? Refresh my memory on that. Darrell also needs your contact guy that's in Little Rock that can finance the dump truck. You live in Little Rock? Oh wow. Okay, Darrell. Yeah, email me. Yeah, we'll hook you up with him. He's in Little Rock. He in Little Rock. So yeah, send me the email. I'll hook you up. That's what I negotiated when I first started, but it's been taking. Oh, okay. Out of sight. I got you. Um, you negotiated 2 weeks and they taking a long time to pay you. They slow paying you. All right. Couple things you could do. And I'm sure you've done number one is that have a conversation with the owner. And accounts payable, evidently something ain't going right. So you need to have a conversation with the owner about what's going on. That's what I would probably do. I would have a sit down with him, tell you, man, I need to come in and talk with you. You need to sit down and talk with him face to face. Find out what's going on. All right. That'd be the first thing that I would do. Hold on. Let me get my got my cousin out here doing some work for me. I would do that. Um Second thing is, yeah, Martin, you gonna go vacuum it for me? Yeah, I'm gonna need vacuuming bad. I got some change in here if you need it. I got some. All right, okay. All right, so um what you can do out of sight is what everybody else do when jokers is late and slow paying. You might I hate to say it, but I mean you might have to put that 1% 15 days later or something on it. Go ahead, Martin. You know, you might have to put that on them, but I would go to him and try to explain to him, um, Bible says how can we ought to be able to reason together, right? So I go in and let him know, man, you kind of stretching me out. I got a lot of money tied up with you by supplying these trucks, and I'm getting my money stretched out like that. That that's stretching me out. I'll just be honest with it. I really need you guys to work with me to adhere to what we agreed upon the 2 weeks, and go and try to handle it that way, and then if he can't do it, then I mean you might have to start charging 1% for 15 days later, something like that. I hate to do that, but something got to happen. All right, what's up, Kia? Sean, state work is where the money is at. Yeah, Sean, I agree. I agree. Good, 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 good. Consistent work, Sean. I love it. That's why I tell people, give me the asphalt, give me the milling, give me road work. It is by far what I've seen in my area the most consistent. Yes, Cleveland, that's what I'm saying, man. You got to be aggressive and separate yourself from the pack. Appreciate you, glory to God. Okay, Cleveland, you're in Savannah, Georgia. Man, Savannah, okay, Savannah Beaufort. Dude, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Two companies in Georgia that dominate Georgia. I'm in Louisiana and I know this. Two companies that dominate Georgia. Look them up, man. Looking for trucks on the regular. Those two companies dominate the work in Georgia. Check them out. Okay, Sean, that's cool. You've been handling 30 days. The first 90 days will be tight. But after that, yeah, once you get that cash flowing, out of sight was told next time, make sure I have a contract written up and don't just do word. Yeah, I would too. Do the contract and put that 1% surcharge for 15 days late, man. You gotta light a fire up on them. Hey, it ain't nothing personal, man. This is business. I can't, you can't keep going on like that. And what I found with these contractors, if you let them go with it and then don't call their hand, they figure it's all right. I got one. I had to call their hand and told them it ain't happening, Captain. If y'all can't, get this together, we're not gonna be able to supply trucks. That's the bottom line. We got to be stretched out waiting on your money. It ain't my problem if you got to wait on your money from who you're working from, the general. That ain't my problem. I don't work for the general. I work for you. It's the same way with guys who work for me on this job. I can't tell them guys, oh, well, look, hey guys, the company didn't pay me today, so I'm going to pay y'all next week. No, they ain't working for the company. They working for me for the company. So that's how I look at it. What's up, Nick Johnson? Nicole, so you have the auto liability as well on the insurance. Yeah. You got to have that. It's the auto liability and the physical damage. What's up, Crit? At a slow pay fee on there. There you go. That's all I'm saying. You slow pay me, you pay me more. That's it. Car Fix, what's up? Hey, Tiago from New Bedford, Massachusetts. Watch videos all the time. Would you advise someone to work on a dump truck business first before you own? If you have that chance and you want to know more and get some good hands-on experience, sure. if you know, especially people that have that opportunity, you can go work for somebody for 3 months, drive the dump truck. Man, look, it will slingshot you ahead and so much knowledge. To it ain't funny. So yeah, if you got that opportunity, it won't hurt. That's for sure. Man, we turned this into a good night after all, huh? After that slow start. Appreciate you, Cleveland. Yes, sir. All right. For you guys, if you some of you guys may not follow us on Instagram, we're on Instagram, TikTok, the Country CEO. You can go follow those too. We do put content over there as well. For those of you who don't know, on the link tree, we do have the Kevin. Thank you again, Kevin. Kevin went on Linktree and bought the bundle. We got the bundle going. How to get started in the dump truck business. 20 ways to find and work in the dump truck business. The paperwork that I use in the dump truck business, and the course. You get all that for $50. We've been running this special June, July, August. This is the last month. We're gonna run it. We have helped. I'm so proud, y'all. We have helped several companies get started over this summer season of 2023. I'm tickled to death about that. And by all reports, I've got none but great reports. I haven't had anybody to say they didn't make it or something went wrong. You know, everybody's doing well, and I'm just so proud, y'all. Appreciate your car fix. No problem out of sight. Appreciate it. I had to cut back trust because I couldn't keep up with the pay. Yeah, exactly. You know, if they can't, you can't keep giving them 8, 10 trucks and having to wait for your money that long. You can't do it, man. You can't do it. Oh, D Lander. Appreciate you, man. Here's the link tree. D Lander, you asked for it. Here it goes. All right. I hadn't even asked you about a super chat in a long time. It's been a long time since we had a super. I don't know what a super chat or none of that even look like. Um, but thank you, D Landry. Appreciate you, man. I have trouble getting state jobs in Memphis. Do I go through? Yeah, that's what you do, Nicole. You go through Tennessee Department of Transportation. But the city of Memphis should have a website related to the work as well, Nicole. The city you should be looking. What is that, Nicole? Is that Shelby County? I'm taking a big leap. Is that Shelby County? But but there's 3 websites you ought to be looking at, Nicole. The city of Memphis Public Works website, the bidding and letting section. You should be looking at the Shelby County Public Works bidding and letting section, and you should be looking at the Tennessee Department of Transportation bidding and letting section. You should be looking at 3 different places where work is bidded in your area right there. Yeah, Sean says, look at what Sean says, y'all. You have to go on the state website. I personally turn in my bid to the general. That's it. Now, Sean, the reason why I'm telling her that, because that's the source of information to see what's coming up for bid, right? If the company hasn't contacted you, you can always watch this Cleveland Trip. Be proactive and go on the website, find out. Like I already know what's coming up for September already in the state of Louisiana. It ain't nothing much coming up on this bid letting in my area. Let me put it like that, right? So I ain't tripping. All right. So I'm chilling out. I did hear my parish, the parish that we're counted to you guys, but our parish is just announced an initiative where they're about to be getting ready to bid out 50 miles of roads starting later this year. That's going to be off the chain. Guess what? I already know the 4 or 5 asphalt companies are going to be the companies that are going to bid those jobs. Guess what Country CEO is going to do? I'm going to take my DBE paperwork. I'm going to shoot it to all of the estimating department and the ones that I already know, the guys that I know, and at those companies to let them know, hey, you get ready to bid this. I'm your guy, or just to remind me, because I'm already in with 2 of them anyway. But hey, you guys gonna get ready to bid on some of these roads, let's get it. As the young folks say, let's get it. All right. So I know that, Nicole, right? So that's in my county, right? I stay in a small town, but the city of Baton Rouge is different. County and city in Baton Rouge is the same thing. They call it city parish. it's the same thing. Their stuff is combined, so I don't have to look in one place for them. But they just announced last week an initiative to get ready to pave 50 miles of roads starting later this year. Awesome. So Sean, so just so with knowing that information, you find it. I saw it on a news broadcast, so I ain't have to go look for that. But now I know, okay, what's my part to play? Emails, emails, waiting for the responses that they got it. Hey, we ready to roll. Remind them, hey, I can supply you 2025 truck because we can, right? And Doc, let's get it. We ready to roll. All right, good deal. Yeah, go look at those three places, Nicole. Check our link out too. I put up there. We got the book that talks about all that 20 ways to find the work, right? I give you 20 ways in that book to find the work. And if there are any newcomers on here, um, the How to Get Started book helps you to get started. And I'm getting ready, guys, I want to really inspire folks. Oh, you got it, Nicole. Okay, cool. I'm getting ready to write, kind of write my life story to inspire folks to know that, hey, you don't have to be born with a silver spoon in your mouth or something special about you to be able to be special. I mean, to be able to accomplish the great things, particularly dump truck business in particular, but just anything in general. So I'm getting ready to start working on that book, which chronicles my story. Old country boy from South Louisiana, nothing special about me. And if I could do it, anybody can do it. All right. All right, guys. Well, we were able to get back on. Look, hit the like, y'all hit the likes. Y'all bomb the likes for me right quick. I got 23 likes and got 43 people. Let's see, can we bomb the likes and catch them likes up right quick? Any other questions tonight? I got about 2 minutes. 2 minutes for a few more questions. Should you get your DOT number? I would wait. I would wait, Carfix. You don't have to get it before you start. I would wait. I think you because what's going to happen is um, well, first of all, Carfix, you need to determine, does Massachusetts require you to have it, right? Some states, like the great state of Louisiana, we don't have to have a DOT number. I got it, but it's not required. So the first thing you need to determine, does Massachusetts require you to even have a DOT number? That'll be the first thing. Sean, yes, okay. What's the trailer game looking like? Okay, we'll check. Yes, sir. Kevin, here, it kind of slowed down for trailers, man. It was wide open. My main company, majority of their work, um, for the longest was majority trailer. Now it done flipped, and they doing a lot of neighborhoods, right? And them trailers can't maneuver in them neighborhoods like we can. So the majority now is tri-axles and quads, being able to maneuver in these neighborhoods. They're still using trailers, but not as much when I first came with this company. And I'm just talking about in the asphalt road building arena, right? Still plenty of trailers around here hauling sand and gravel. All right, all right. All right, guys, look, we're going to get back to doing our lives. I promise. Things are kind of slowing down a little bit, getting ready for football season. And we're going to definitely be doing more lives. Do I adjust my prices for winter work? No, no, I haven't adjusted prices for winter work. I hadn't had to. It's the same companies we working for, right? So I hadn't adjusted any prices on that. So in Wisconsin, you must have your EIN, DOT, and insurance before you can go on the road. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. You got to have the EIN. You got to have the DOT and insurance. Yeah. Yeah. I can believe that. Well, all right, guys and girls, I appreciate it. Back. Oh, Lord, Corey Burton shows up. We finna get off. Corey, you got to go back and watch it live, man. We've been on here. When my first one went out after about, what, 15, 20 minutes, and then now we've been back on an hour and 5 minutes, man. Appreciate your support as a channel member, man. Salute to you. We're definitely going to be getting back to our lives now, finally. Things are slowing down, and it's going to be my goal and plan very soon, either this weekend or either next week, to do another live, guys, okay? And I'm going to work on these 2 videos. If you guys got some video ideas, put them in the chat or send me an email here, and I'll be glad to do some videos that you guys specifically want along with the regular ones that I'll be making. All right. All right, YouTube. Y'all take it easy. Cut your CEO. Signing off. We gone.